Hello YouTube and hello Trade Pros. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Thank you for joining us here on our channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about something that we may have talked about before, but we're going to throw a little twist into it. We're going to be talking about trend reversals and trend reversal trading strategies. Now, we're going to be focused on the futures here throughout this video, and we're going to break down the steps behind it, the steps that we take to find that trend reversal, how we can pick a quote-unquote bottom without actually having to buy it several times and getting chopped up. So with that being said, why don't we get ready for this? I want you guys to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that little bell to notify you when we do go live and when we drop videos like these. So stay informed, and I hope everyone enjoys this intro, and we'll just jump right into this video. So in front of me, guys, we've got the ES futures here. They're on an hourly chart. You can see there's a lot going on right now. But before we even talk about some examples here and identifying everything, we have to understand what trend trading is, right? What a trend is. Now, a trend is typically divided in three different categories. You have a bull trend, right? We got a bull trend, we got a bear trend, and then the third, maybe the least favorite, is going to be a range. So I was going to write something equal, but it's a range. So the bull trend has higher highs and higher lows, right? We can establish that. The bear trend has lower lows and lower highs. And then the range just has equal highs and equal lows. So with these, that means that just by understanding what these should be, is that we have our trend, right? We have our trend, we have our trend continuation, we have the prospects of how the trend will break and how it will reverse. So by that being said, we understand that the bull trend is going to be higher highs and higher lows, right? Before we even get too deep in the trend trading and the reversal aspect of it, the easiest way to understand this is if this does not continue, then we will see the reversal. So if higher highs and higher lows cease to exist, then we're going to see a market reversal. The same thing here with the bear trend. Lower lows and lower highs. If this ceases to exist, then we have a trend reversal, and the same for the equal highs and equal lows. So that means that if we come back just a bit, the first step of understanding the reversal of a bull trend is going to be a failure to make a new high. So if we pull back, for example, and we are creating this higher low and we push back up, but we fail to create a new high and go test that area of which it came from, this is going to be the beginning of the reversal. The same thing with the bearish trend. So if we reverse and we make a lower high and we come down, but we fail to make a lower low, then we could potentially see the reversal, right? And then we can start trading this to the upside or this to the downside. So the key to understanding trend reversals in any market, not just futures, is that we have the understanding of what the market should look like. And then once that fails to continue, that is when the reversal strikes. Now, there's other things to consider as well, like maybe potential patterns, and as well as a resistance point being hit multiple times, a support being hit multiple times, and also volume and volume profile. So if we take a look at this on a wider scale, right, we can see that overall the futures market was pretty happy, right? Another way to spot a trend reversal is if we start to range in the tops, right? We want to make sure that we're watching the 1 hour chart on a futures chart, right? For the S&P 500, the 4 hour chart is great too once we understand where that 4 hour actually closes. However, keep this in mind. Once we start to quote unquote top out on an hourly chart, we could find just the key support to kind of kill that bull trend. So what I mean by that is you can see this whole move to the upside here. All right, we see the whole move to the upside. And at one point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of price action were relatively the same, right? They were at this range, and you could identify, okay, well, based on volume profile, you can see where the ledge is, but you can also see just based on the actual chart itself where the support is, right? The support is somewhere here around 45.17. Touch, 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 but failed to make a new high. You can notice every time we touched it, we pretty much made new highs. Now, once that breakdown of this support area actually occurs and we break the higher lows, that is when the trend actually starts to reverse. And you guys can notice right now we're printing lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And the same thing, we start to form a consolidative pattern here, right? Which could be a potential bottom. Now, this is a range within the actual overall trend. And you can say, you know what, this little downside is going to turn around, right? It's going to turn around if we break the tops. And that's going to be above 44.75. That's going to be the trend reversal spot because we're printing pretty much equal highs and equal lows. The trend can continue through this little micro range if we break to the downside. Now you can see where the volume profile ledges off and you see price moves from low volume areas into the next high volume area. So if there's nothing here, it's going to want to get attracted to the top. Now, if there's more down here, right, under here somewhere, for example, then it's going to turn around and see the bottom. So we break the support structure here around 44.25, 44.30, and that confirms a downside trend. So we get this huge drop, right? And once we get that huge drop, the idea is the downside trend, it doesn't matter where it pulls back to because it can pull back to all the way up here somewhere as long as we make a new low. Now, what happens here on this trend reversal in this example is that we get a higher low and we come back into the area from which it came from. This right here pretty much confirms that this downside move is over, right? You can see the volume is starting to fall on the downside. It's starting to increase on the upside. And you can look at this and we form this like little bear flag type scenario, which typically if you break down to the bottom, you see the break lower. But remember, we have our resistance point that's been touched 3 times now. If we break, retest, that is going to be the change in structure. And then again, we just want to go step by step. We want to look for the points at which it breaks. So that means that now we're printing higher highs, higher lows, right? Higher low, but we have to turn this around. If this low gets broken, this is the chance to look for the short to the downside, right? Same thing going on here. A little micro bear flag, but if we start breaking under this support, this confirms the downside. If we start breaking above this resistance because we failed to make a new low, we can look for that upside turnaround. So it's just a matter of where can we find the breaks in structure? And based on that, we can identify a trade opportunity. Now, it's easy to look at this and say, okay, well, if we make the higher lows, higher highs, whatever it is, we know what to do. But how do we actually strike? Where is the striking point? Now, the striking point is going to be somewhere where the break actually occurs. So like we said, if we have this like little bear flag like this, ideally the scenario is we get the break under here and we look for the shorts, right? The shorts are going to target these lows. Now, on the other hand, if we break through the tops, right, you can either wait for a break and retest and upside, or you can just catch that first break and look for the extension back to the upswing. Now, again, with the volume profile here, if you want to learn more about volume profile, we got videos on our YouTube page, but look at the volume profile where volume drops off. The idea is we're going to get attracted to the next volume area. And obviously we want to confirm with the volume down here. Yesterday, big volume to the sell side. Today, big volume to the buy side. Let's see how the day closes in order for us to make that decision. So to reiterate, the first step in finding a trend, let alone a trend reversal, is going to be understanding how the trend actually moves, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. For the bull trend, and then for the bear trend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, the range, equal highs and equal lows. The next step is we follow the trend. So we follow the trend until one of these conditions is not met, and then at that point, we look for the turning point, right? So for example, on this most recent down move, like we explained, we failed to get a new low. That doesn't mean we have to buy this area, but we should wait to see if we can get the break for the next continuation or the break in a retest, right? If you're swing trading the futures, it's a little more risk heavy, but if you're just day trading them, you can find these levels a little easier. So once we got the reversal to the upside, the thing was we needed to continue this upside pressure. We needed to break through this resistance, huge resistance up here, and maintain these upside swings. Now, this higher low here was great until we failed to make a new high, and we actually broke through that low, meaning that, hey, we're probably going to see more downside in this move. So again, confirm with your volume profile, confirm with your volume, and you can identify where those trends actually reverse, especially on the futures. This could be a very profitable strategy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Victoria from TradePro Academy, and this was trading the trend reversal strategy with futures here, breaking it down step by step. And I hope everyone enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in our next video. And make sure you guys subscribe for more content like this. Hit that like button and drop some comments down below. Do you guys trade the reversal? Do you find the reversal, or are you more of a trend trader and you stick by that? Let us know, and we'll chat soon.